Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. Give me 1 second. I've got some technical difficulties going on, so I'm going to be working on fixing that, okay? There she is. Wish she had done her hair. That's what she absolutely wishes. All right. I'm going to let more people get into the room. I see there's 45 people here. Connection is unstable. My connection is unstable. Sucks. Hi, everybody. 10 comments. Hey, everyone. Hi, welcome. I'm just going to throw your comments up on the board as you go. You guys give me a second. I'm going to let more people come into the room. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my hair is what I'm going to do. Great. I had an extra, let's do my hair. You know what? This camera is not bad. This is just my webcam, like my thing. Wow. Okay. We live. Hey, Ramsterdam. Okay, you guys, hold on just 1 second. BRB. Let me go do something with my hair. Ow! I got real carried away with my makeup. And then at the end, I was like, should I put on eyelashes? And then I checked the time and it was 10 minutes till I was supposed to go live. And I was like, oh, I still haven't completely set up yet. So let me just do my hair. I'll be back. And by do my hair, I definitely mean put a head wrap on. Okay, I'm back. I also put on some blush. Okay. Squeezing myself on in. All right. Bye, Felicia. Don't forget to thumbs it up, you guys. All right, you guys. So you are here to hear me talk about Married at First Sight. Thank you guys so much for those of you who are in the room. No one from Facebook is on here, so this is all just YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And yeah. Do I have any moderators in the room right now? I think I made Ramsterdam a moderator. Who else is here? I don't think I can make you guys moderators from StreamYard. All right. Thank you so much, Kim. Are you a moderator, Ramsterdam? I think you are. He has a... Yeah, I think you are a moderator. All right, you guys. So let's jump into it. So this was a good old episode, y'all. This was a good old episode. Good old episode. I am so proud of Paige. I'm not even going to try to pretend like that isn't why we're all here is because of Paige. I am so proud of her. So we start off this episode. First of all, it's called, let me do an intro. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. Well, welcome to my recap of Married at First Sight. This is season 12, episode 8, Face to Face. And so we're first going to start off with Vincent and Brianna talking in bed, because where we left off last episode is Vincent got upset because he felt belittled by, this is what I've gleaned. He felt belittled by Brianna. And so he's like, I'm going home. He says he got as far as the parking lot, and then he decided he was going to come back home and be with his wife. She also brings up the point that, like, we also have a 2-bedroom apartment. So if you're getting on my nerves, or if I'm getting on your nerves, you could definitely just go in the other room. You don't need to go home. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But then in his confessional, he says that he feels like he shouldn't have to tell her everything she says that's rude. And I'm like, she didn't say something rude. You interpreted it as her being rude. After watching their segment, this is what I have gleaned from him. And just like little key things. He says that his ex-girlfriend was upset with him because he didn't go back and like get a degree. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Vincent has some kind of self-esteem related to his education, or related to people thinking that he's dumb. And that has nothing to do with Brianna. How is she supposed to know, right? So this is something that I come across a lot, and I have come across this so much in my dating life that at this point, I'm just like, I don't care if you feel any kind of way about it. Like, you need to get over it, or we need to be done. But in my younger years, I really used to feel bad. Like, I really used to try to not be as, it's not smart. It's not learned. It's not like I'm book smart. Here's the deal. I watch a lot of things. I take in a lot of information. I read a lot of historical fiction. Or like, I soak in information from every single place. And if I have a question about something, I look into it. So I have a lot of information in my head that isn't necessarily like book smart or street smart, but it's a combination of it. And it's also history. Like, I really like history. So sometimes people can be intimidated by that, because I think at least the guys that I've dated kind of just walk around more so like this, like only dealing with the things that affect them and not really like opening up and just like taking in other stuff. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but that's just the way that they've learned to move about the place, right? I feel like I've learned, as being a Black woman who was all the time in white spaces, I think that it was very important for me to learn a lot of different things so that I can be in different rooms and not feel left out, right? So I think that Brianna is similar to that. Maybe the catalyst for her being as educated as she is has nothing to do with the world in which she moves around in, but she is an engineer. She's smart. She's dealing with a lot of different types of people. And I imagine because being an engineer, she's dealing with a lot of men. So I think that Vincent is doing well monetarily, and the fact that he wants to build this brand and build this company, but maybe that hasn't maybe that hasn't allowed him, or maybe he's not had the desire to learn about other things, right? And so maybe women in his past or people in his past have made him feel stupid. And so when he gets into a place where he feels stupid, then he lashes out. So I think that's what happened. And later conversation where he has with his homeboy kind of lends to that idea, to where I think I might be right. So let's just move on, because I'll get back to it. I'm going in show order, not necessarily couple order at this time, and there'll be no pictures because I didn't set everything up. Girl, I told you I was late. So like, I definitely think that is what it is, but let's move on. So Eric and Ryan are just happened to meet walking dogs, and they both had camera crews following them. And so Virginia is out of town. So Eric is at home by himself with the dogs. So he's walking his dog and her dog. And then Ryan is walking Mishka, which is, what's her face's dog. And they start to talk about, just like, how's everything going? Eric ends up telling Ryan that it's been a little bit harder than what he thought it was going to be, because sometimes he does want those quick moments with her just to say hello or something like that. And she gets annoyed. She gets irritated when he goes in for a quick hug. And I was like, okay, as much as I'm like, that sucks, I really do feel for Eric. That sucks if that's your person. But I also want to know in like what format in which that happened, right? Because Eric seems to me the type of guy, is because he doesn't want, he wants to, what's the word? He wants his girlfriend or his wife to know that he's got their back and he can take care of anything. So sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of like chauvinistic, dare I say, traditional values in Eric, and maybe he doesn't take what she's doing as serious, because he's just like, well, I mean, whatever it is that you're doing, you don't actually have to do. It must be your little hobby. So if I can jump in and just kind of like be me, like, that's the only thing I can kind of think of that might be happening. I mean, I could be wrong, but like, I don't know. Not to say that I'm on Virginia's side, but as an independent woman, as a single lady, I know where she's coming from, and I kind of want to like better understand like what's happening with her. And so, and Ryan, is he listening to him the whole time? Ryan's just like, yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, sure, yeah, yeah, sure. And I'm just like, Ryan, do you not have anything to add to this conversation? They were just both kind of complaining about having to pick up dog poo, which, like, whatever. So the next scene we have is Chris, the Sharpay. He sits down and he talks with his friend Michael and the pastor, and he explains to them the situation that has happened with Paige thus far, obviously leaving out pertinent information like how he has been emotionally confusing. He hasn't been straightforward to what he actually wants, but he did give them the skeleton, which is, I wasn't attracted to her, and now I find out that my ex is pregnant. I wish that he would have said, not only was I not attracted to her, but I had sex with her. And he told them that he had sex with her. But did he tell them that he then told her he wasn't attracted to her after they had sex twice, and then he had a panic attack and disappeared for an hour? I wonder if he gave out that bit of information. I don't think he did, but like, it's So anyways, after he finishes telling them, they think he's stupid. Like, they really are like, what? You're leaving her to go back to your ex? But Paige is amazing. She's a diamond. And you had a covenant before God. So what do you mean you're going to walk away? Like, this is not the right thing to do. You need to stay in this marriage. You need to follow up on what you said you were going to do. You need to be a responsible human being, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets annoyed and immediately is just like in his phone. And that's the problem. This man can't take criticism at all. Who filled his head up? That's what I want to know. Who filled his head up with nonsense? Who told this man that anything that he thinks to do is correct, and that taking advice from people, especially someone that he respects and as a friend, his pastor, he couldn't even take advice from his pastor? Excuse me, sir? It's ridiculous. Okay. Next thing we have is Haley meets with her friend. Now, Haley's jewelry game is on point. I clocked the earrings. I clocked the necklace. I even took pictures of them, but because I didn't set this live up the way it's supposed to be set up, it's not here. But I clocked it. Okay. Listen, her jewelry game, I'm always watching it. It's gold. It's what I want. It's what I need in my life. I absolutely love it. Like, so anyways, that was the first thing. So she meets with her homegirl and she explains to her homegirl what happened and where they are in their marriage. And the homegirl was like, did you back away? Did you get afraid and walk away? And she's like, maybe I did. I did. Yeah. And the friend is like, okay, you need to jump back in there. You need to show him, what it is, who it is that you are, because the friend jumped on all of her weak excuses. The friend is like, I'm sorry, just because he likes the 80s, why is it like, okay, so he's a little quirky. Okay, so you don't like his fashion sense. Okay, what else? You need to just jump back in there, girl. Like, you want this. And if you want this, then you need to like show him that you want this. And I know it's hard. I know that, this is a difficult situation, but you're in it. So I think you're going to regret it if you don't give yourself the benefit of the doubt, if you don't give him everything if you don't give this process everything, if you're going to look back and regret anything, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. And I agree. Okay. Ooh, when she's faced with adversity, girl, she just walks away. So Eric is talking with his friend, and Eric feels like Virginia isn't letting him be a husband. This is what I got from that. So he's explaining to his friend all of the things that Virginia is doing that he doesn't necessarily like. And the friend is like, I more so see Virginia's point of view because it sounds like you're being a little condescending and you're talking down to her because you are always constantly stating about how you've been in a relationship. So you basically understand how this goes. And because she isn't falling in line with what you believe is the correct way to behave when you're in a relationship, you're talking down to her. And that can be a problem, especially if she's as independent as you're stating. And so the friend said that it could come off more like a coaching session than anything else. And I absolutely agree with that. Now, while the drunkard has her problems, I don't necessarily know that Eric is handling this the best. Now, I'm not saying that he's completely wrong. Like, he may not be aware of what he's saying and how he's making her feel. And I see a little bit of myself in Eric when it comes to that. I always think that I know how to behave and what you should do and what's going on and blah, blah, blah. Now, to a certain extent, I'm going to give myself credit and say that I'm right most of the time. However, that doesn't mean that other people around me can take the criticism in the way I'm delivering it. And so I think that is the problem, because it's coming off condescending and he's talking about it all the time, the age gap and her not, whatever. It kind of makes his points that I think are somewhat valid feel like, well, let's throw it all out the window because you don't even know how to communicate in a way that isn't condescending. So it's a little hard. Hey guys, I can't tell if anybody is giving me a super chat. So if you have given me a super chat, I don't know how to tell. I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm in StreamYard, so I can't see if there's a super chat. So, Tiana's here. Thanks, girl. Tiana's in the room. Tiana, if you could kindly let me know if someone gave me a super chat and or thank them for me, because if I don't see it, this is Tiana, you guys. She's the homie. She helped me make sure that this whole setup works well last night. Yeah, girl, I said the drunkard, Daphne. The drunkard is what we're going to call her. So the next scene that we have is Vincent meeting with his friend Jalen. And so Vincent's like, so we had a little bit of a tiff last night, but let me tell you. And Jalen's like, okay, tell me. He's like, yeah, so what happened was I was trying to be cool and surprised her, and I brought out some champagne, and then I opened it and it went everywhere. And Jalen starts to laugh, and he's like, yeah. And then instead of her just helping me pick everything up and asking me if I was okay, she just started making fun of me. And then she said, that's so Vinny. And I feel like that was really disrespectful. And the friend is like, wait, what? Wait a minute. So basically you're upset because she didn't help you clean up the mess? Well, no, she helped you. She helped him clean. He's like, no, she embarrassed me. Like, I don't really know her and I felt embarrassed. And I was like, that is the key. That is why I think that he is intimidated by her. And it's not her fault. Like, it's not her fault. I'm sorry, did I say another name? Vincent. It's not her fault that she intimidates you. And it's not her fault that you took "that's so Vinny" as being offensive. Now, if somebody were to say something about me or "that's so you" on something that I find to be a little embarrassing, I might take a step back, but I would be like, wait, what do you mean? Like, is that what you think of me? Like, I'm a sloppy person. And if they were like, no, no, I'm just like, whatever. I would then be like, oh, okay, like I get it. But it was just so interesting how he immediately just went into defense mode. And like, I'm like, who called you stupid, baby? Who hurt you? Who hurt Vinny? Who hurt him? Who made him feel like he wasn't man enough? And so now he takes, I don't even know what it is exactly that he requires, but he feels disrespected as a man. And I'm like, is your ego that fragile, sir? That you feel disrespected as a man because someone said "that's so Vinny"? Girl, we need Dr. Pepper in here. You know what I'm saying? We need some deep therapy that's going on. And so Jalen dropped some real knowledge and was like, I know you, dude. You get in your head. Don't allow yourself to get in your head because Brianna is right for you. So whatever it is that's happening, I need you to pull back and recognize that not everybody is, you know what I mean? Like, just, it was good advice. And I'm like, well, I mean, are there some like emotionally mature men out there? Like, how old is this Jalen person? Just kidding. It doesn't matter how old he is. I go 10 years down. Listen, I don't care. I can't. I go 10 years down. 10 years down, 10 years up, whatever that may be. Okay. So then we move on to where the couples, the groups, the genders go out. So it's girls meet, then guys meet. And the guys are talking about, Jake and Eric are talking about how their wives drink and how they've kind of stepped it up a little bit more with the drinking in order to kind of keep up with their wives. And Vincent said that something that's hard for him is that when he gets home, sometimes he just needs time to like chill, and that, Brianna doesn't necessarily give him that time. I get it. Ooh, Candy, thank you so much for that super chat, girl. Thank you so much for that super chat. You didn't say anything, but I absolutely appreciate you for that. Thank you. I actually appreciate it. Thank you so much, Candy. So I really am like understanding Vincent at that, because that's what I need 100%. Me and my brother have actually talked about this because my brother got married about 2 years ago. And him and his wife actually watched Married at First Sight too. And they're coming over tomorrow so we can watch Coming to America too. So I can't wait to talk to them about this. Okay, anyways. So one other note about my brother. It's actually quite sweet that my brother watches Married at First Sight with his wife. He would not normally watch the show, but that's what he does. Like, he takes the time and he like watches shows with her. And I was just like, that's cute, bro. That's cute. Anyways, so I get that. Jake says that he can't wait for Haley forever, that he worries that right now he's in it and she's not. And that, as he kind of, there's going to be like a ships passing in the night, and that at the end she's going to be more into it and he's not, and they're going to end up not staying together. And that's a very valid concern, because there's only so long that you can wait like at the door, you know what I'm saying, for that person to just come in the door. And then finally you just be like, I'm tired now, let me go lay down. Like, I don't have time to give you my energy anymore. I don't have time to wait for you. I don't have time for any of this stuff anymore. And you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And then they're into it. And then you're just like, dang, why weren't you into me earlier? What is up with this slow burn? Like, if it's going to be a slow burn for you, then let's talk about that up front. So Ryan also says that he is slow to trust because he doesn't want to be in pain. So him and Clara are taking it real slow. Personally, if I were Clara, I would have a real heart-to-heart with him. 17 days in, we need to have a heart-to-heart. Especially because we only have 6 weeks to figure it out. Heart-to-heart. So the girls are having a conversation. Virginia and Paige are not there. Paige and Virginia, so Clara talks about the fact that her and Ryan had a little tiff because he felt that her friends were pressuring him to drink. So it was either her birthday or a friend's birthday, and they were at that friend's house, and there were Jello shots, and so the friends were like, "Hey Ryan, like take a shot," and Ryan's like, "Oh no, thank you." Then a couple minutes later, they were like, "Hey Ryan, take a shot. Ryan, take a shot," and he was like, "No, thank you." And then I think they said it again. And he was like, "No." So it feels like Ryan just, it's like, oh, if I say no, I say no. And so Clara was a little bit like, we're at a party, bro. Like, calm down. And Ryan ended up telling her that the reason why he felt that way is because, he doesn't know them and he doesn't want, I don't know, to act up. Girl, he is wound up tight. Okay. The zipper is up to his neck. Ryan is very controlled. I want to know what happened. I've said this. Something traumatic happened to him and where he felt like structure was what was needed. And it's not like his parents got a divorce. I'm just like, what happened? Who hurt you? Again, who hurt you, Ryan? Who hurt you? So they talk about that. And Clara is frustrated with the lack of physical contact, that they're doing certain stuff, but they're not doing all the stuff, which is so interesting to me. She hasn't seen Ryan without his shirt on. How is that possible? How have you lived in a house with somebody and you have not seen them without their shirt on? Y'all don't be in the bathroom together? He doesn't like take off his shirt? Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. It's weird. So Virginia and Eric talk about her trip, and Eric wants to know if Virginia is, missed him at all. Virginia's hungover. She comes in and they immediately have to host friends over for their housewarming. And I didn't see her friends actually come in the door because she invited 2 male friends over and she's really nervous. So she was drinking to be able to kind of stave off the stress of Eric meeting her friends. They had a lot of food though. So the next scene, this is good. This is a good scene. Oh my God, Candy had to send you another one. Who hurt you? Listen, if somebody were to ask me who hurt me, I could tell you who hurt me and I could tell you where he lives. Okay. So yeah, it's this is a good, I'm not going to say it, but it's a good little comment right there. Okay, Ryan. All right. So the next scene that we have to talk about, girl, it's a good one. All right. So Chris called Paige to ask if they can meet with his ex-fiance, the mother of his child. If this man don't stop calling her the mother of his child, that child is this big. Okay. Like, it makes me really nervous. And this is just a superstition in me. And I'm not judging anyone who is excited about their situation. But 7 weeks is so early. So early. Like, I mean, I know we had to talk about it, obviously, for the show. But the mother of my child, like, it's like, I mean, maybe he doesn't want to say baby moms. You know what I'm saying? Why can't he just say his ex? This is the woman who's carrying my child. Like, don't say that to me. I'm your wife. It's like he just wants to put her on the woman carrying my child. Listen, and if I were Mercedes, I don't know that I would feel bad about it. I'm not saying she should, but from Paige's perspective, I feel some kind of way. And it's like, can we get, Paige is absolutely correct. Paige is like, I don't even know if a baby exists. I've seen no sonogram. I've not heard of any doctor's visits. We don't even know what's going on. And you know what's also crazy is that he got mad at Virginia for asking if the kid was his, but yet Pastor Cal asked him if the kid was his. His best friends asked him if the kid was his. Like, can we just chill, like, and leave this baby alone? I feel like we're putting a lot of, like, just leave this baby alone. At least Chris is. He get on my nerves. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So Paige says that she needs to pray on it, but she ends up agreeing to do it. But and she says that she does it to take back power. And I'm like, what? I don't understand why you want to take back power. You lost your power. You gave it away. So during their meetup, she says to them both, you guys look jazzy. And when she asks Mercedes how far along is she, Mercedes was really weird with her answer. She was like, about 7 weeks. And I don't know if Mercedes is feeling the same way I am, where she's like, I kind of don't want to talk about this pregnancy so soon because a lot could happen. I'm like, don't tell me until you're out of your first trimester. Okay. Don't like, it's a lot because it's a lot to have a miscarriage, you know what I'm saying? And just like, and everybody's no, like, it is just, I don't know, girl. And word on the street is that she's not even the one that's pregnant, that it's someone else. I haven't done too much digging on it, but that's what I heard. That's what I had heard. So Paige says that Paige asks her how she's feeling, you know, woman to woman. And then she also tells Mercedes that she feels no ill feelings for her and asks her what she thinks. And Mercedes is confused. She's like, honestly, I don't know. A lot of this is happening. I'm just confused. Like, I'm very confused about the situation. And Paige asks her if she knew that, you know, he was married. And she's like, no, I had no idea. It's only been 7 weeks. So I don't know. I'm confused. It's only been 7 weeks. I don't know. And I was just like, wow, that is so really, this is such an honest conversation between two Black women. And I absolutely appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I absolutely appreciate it. Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. Chris is whack. That's all. Thank you. Oh, he's so whack. He's such a man child. He's so whack. So now this is where it gets good. No notes because I just have to go off the top of the dome. So what happens is that Paige and Mercedes are talking, and Paige finally ends up unloading on Mercedes and completely takes Chris out of the conversation. Chris tries to come into the conversation, but Mercedes and Paige are both like, and actually Mercedes is like, get out of here. So basically, you know, Paige is like, I came into this competition. I came into this situation with pure intentions. I came into this situation because I thought it was what it was needed in my life. And Chris is like, well, I came into it too. You're insinuating. No, shut up. No one's insinuating anything. They're just speaking their truth. This is not about you. Shut up, stupid. And so Paige is like, and so for me to find this out, I was willing to ride. I was okay with being a bonus parent. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's fine for me. You know, and I was willing to work it through with him. But then he tells me that he's still in love with you and that he's going to go back to being with you. And at the same time, giving me mixed signals, telling me that he, you know, is scared that he's going to fall in love with me. And Mercedes is like, first of all, wow. Yeah. So if you're thinking that he and I are talking about getting together or going to get back together, that's not happening. So we're not in any works about that. Like, that is not the tea, sis. That's not what's going down. So I just want you to know from my perspective, like, that's what's going on. And then Chris is over there irritated. He's like hemming and hawing, and, you know, he's like, I'm just irritated. And Mercedes goes, yeah, you're always irritated. You're always irritated, Chris. This is who you are. Great. Oh yeah, this is how you're behaving. Is this necessary? Because she's just merely talking about how she's feeling and her experience in this process. And then you want to make it about you. Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? And I was just like, yes, ma'am. If these two women don't just stand up and look at him like he's a dummy, like, listen, they have both gone through dealing with him and his shenanigans, okay? Like, they have both gone through dealing with Chris and his shenanigans. And it is now to the point where they are like, oh, I know, we both know this person who deflects, this person who takes no blame, this person who gives you mixed signals, this person who has sex with you and then while he's in the process of trying to find a wife, doesn't tell me. And when I get pregnant and I tell him, then he tells me he's already married. Now he's telling you that he's going to leave you for me. But listen, I don't even want him. So thank you, Paige. Thank you. And I'm just like, first of all, this is a lie. Audrey, both women still want Chris. Where'd you get that from? I don't believe it. Whoo, girl, it was a lot. I think that they are both done with him, and they both came together in that moment to the point where he gets so annoyed that he gets up and leaves. And I was like, good for ya. Okay? Good for ya. This is exactly what he's going to talk about. She's being rude. Was Paige being rude? No. She was speaking her truth. And you didn't like it because you're the villain. And in your mind, you're not the villain, but you actually are. So ridiculous. She's being rude. He's like, all I wanted to do was be a good person and not lead you on when I'm mentally checked out. That's what I've been doing. And my actions have backed up my words. No, they haven't, sir. No, they haven't. He doesn't feel like respect is being reciprocated. And Paige says something that warmed my little heart. This relationship no longer serves me. You know how many women wish in their lives that they could have been as smart as you at 26 to say this relationship no longer serves me? Paige. I was so mad at her last episode. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm so ecstatic. And then she talks about the fact that she might have been pregnant too. And Mercedes looks over at Chris, and Chris is like, no, I never thought she was pregnant. I was like, why? Because you thought your pullout game was strong? The fuck? Oof. This relationship no longer serves me. So it was a really good scene. And it went on for just as long as it needed to go on, girl. It was so good. It was so good between these two women with this old nothing account trifling fool. Okay. So the next segment is there's a housewarming. And I don't think any of these people are worried about coronavirus. Like, I know Atlanta doesn't care about coronavirus. However, this was still in 2020, this being shot. Is it? I thought it was still in 2020. I don't know what season it is, but it doesn't. Listen, I don't know the weather, how it gets in Atlanta. Does it get cold? That's how I can normally tell, like, when things are being filmed is based on the weather outside. And I am so shocked at the fact that people are just out and about. Like, I know that people in Atlanta are just living their lives. Like, ooh. But it was a lot. So anyways, Jake and Haley have their friends over. And girl, do you not know that I clocked the fact that one of Haley's friends was wearing the earrings that she was wearing out at the when she had that one-on-one with her friend, and the other friend who she had the one-on-one with was wearing the same necklace that Haley was wearing. So they shop at the same place. I don't know if it's ASOS. I'm not sure if it's Anthropologie, but she had that gold chain link necklace, the thick one, and the friends had on the earring. And I was like, well, y'all just be borrowing each other's stuff, or y'all just be shopping at the same place? And so Jake goes into the kitchen, has a conversation with her friends. Her friends give him the tea about her and how she's doing and what's going on. He expressed that his concerns about their relationship and where they are at this point. And I thought that it was very, very, very valid. They gave some great advice, and I really do hope that Jake doesn't back out of it before Haley gets into it. But I think Haley needs to get into it a little bit more. And it's so interesting because most of the time that Haley's on camera, she's like, Haley looks like she lives in a constant state of awkward, like a constant state of anxiety. Like, and anytime he says something or makes a joke, she always like has to do the opposite. Ma'am, have you ever heard of yes and? Come on, improv. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like, he's like, oh yeah, it would be really cool if we put a secret note on the back of our, decorations. And she's like, why? And he's like, because it's secret. Well, she thinks everything that he does or silly things that he suggests is so stupid. And I just like don't understand why. I just like, let the man live. Can you let the man live? It's so weird. It's just like, let the man say something silly. Like if he says, let's put a secret note on the back of the thing. Yeah. What do you want to put? I don't know. Just put like fishes are cool on the back. All right. Fishes are cool. This is so silly, but cool. I mean, we know they're there. That's all you gotta say, girl. Like, why is everything that he does stupid? The neon stuff, like, I get it. You're not into it, but let the man do it. It's like, it's almost like she just is embarrassed to be around him or something, or thinks that he's not cool and is embarrassed of the fact that she's with somebody who isn't cool. But I'm like, Haley doesn't seem very cool herself. I don't know. There's something about it that makes me feel like he embarrasses her, and I don't know why. I don't know why. So she asks him when their friends go home and they both get advice from each other's friends. His friends are really sweet and they say, like, just go with the quirks. He's a loving guy. He's a solid dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just support him. And I was like, I hope she's really taking this in. So the next thing we have with Jake and Haley is that they're by themselves in their apartment, and she's like, you're not going to drink with me? And so they get a drink out, a Corona, and they're drinking Coronas and, petting their dogs. And she's like, okay, so where were you at, 20 years? Where were you? What were you doing in your life when you were my age? And he's like, well, I bought a house and I was going to flip it. And me and my dad were going to work on it and flip it. But then that's when the crash happened of 2008. And I literally was like, Jake and I are the same age. Okay. We're the same age. And I'm like, at 28, you knew about flipping houses? How? Like at 28, I was like in New York City, couldn't even fathom buying a house. Like, so first of all, I was like, wow, that's a privilege. Like he has had a privileged upbringing. The only reason why I know about flipping houses to this day is because of TLC, of Tariq and I want to say Hazel, but that's not her name, Christina and Tariq, because Chris and I used to watch HGTV and we used to watch whatever that show was called with Christine or Christina and Tariq flipping houses. And we used to just make fun of Christina and talk about how like a very specific type of Orange County chick she was. Like, that is how I know about flipping houses. But you and your dad were going to flip houses together. And so I'm just so impressed with him. And I'm just really, really impressed. Like, anyways. And so I'm just like, Haley, you're going to let this man go or not allow yourself to fall in love with this man who has his shit together, who is open to having conversation with you. Yeah, he's a little quirky, but what does that do? All he is trying to make you laugh. Shit. Like, oh my God. Like, come on, look that gift horse in the mouth, whatever that statement means. I just, oof. So his friends tell her to be direct. They're like, be direct, because he's not going to get the subtle cues. And she's like, I can tell. And I'm like, girl, I wouldn't get your subtle clues either. They talk about boats, and then she asks him about bodybuilding and how he got into that. And he goes on to explain how he got into that. And then it feels like he goes on in to explain. Thank you so much for the super chat, Triwa. Thank you. I appreciate it. He goes into talking about that, and she, I feel like, checks out a little bit. Like, she's asking the questions, but not because she really cares about the answers. So then we're going to jump back to Ryan and Clara and their housewarming. And his friends say that they really like her because she's going to add spunk to his life, because he keeps saying that he's an old man because he goes to bed at 9:30 and he's very regimented in what he wants to do. And that she's frustrated sexually because they've done certain things sexual wise, but not had sex, but she hasn't seen him without his shirt on. So now my question is what are they doing? You haven't seen him without his shirt on, but you guys have done sexual things. Fellatio? Cunnilingus? Or is it like third base? Is it just like what is it? Because I, as an adult, do not know. It feels very teenagery. And she's sexually frustrated. I do. What could it possibly be? And if it is those things, like how we're in the year 2021, and I don't think that anybody should be forced to have any kind of physical contact that they don't want to have. But I would really have a stern conversation with him, because I need to know what his swerve is like before I can make a decision. And I would like to know right now. And I'm just like, it has to be cunnilingus and fellatio, because, or like, is it a 69 situation, shirts on? You know what I'm saying? Bottoms off. So weird. Has he seen her boobs? Do they, like, when he's in the shower, taking a shower, is she like, flossing her teeth? Like, is there nothing happening? Is there no kind of like something? Like, what is going on? Oh, I put, how do I undo? What is this? Some physical acts and not others is what she says. And then he doesn't want her talking about it. I don't trust him. And then she said that she's really getting tired of him saying this whole thing about he's an old man. Like, it's getting old. And I feel like it's getting old too. All right, you guys. So that's the end of the episode. It was a really good episode. And I'm absolutely glad that I was able to watch it. Thank you, Kim, for the Cash App. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Ashley. Ryan needs to unclench those nice what and get those nice what and get a wife. Yes, he has a nice back, lower back. Oh my God, thank you, Purple Kisses, for the super chat. Is she leaders giving oral without even seeing chest hair? Make it make sense. Oh my God, make it make sense. Indeed, make it make sense 100%. Like this, I don't understand what's going on with these two. I don't understand the allure. I don't understand what's keeping them together. Like, at this point, I need to know if he has a perm in his hair. How does he keep his hair straight? But this hair is curly. What's going on? There's some questions. This one is, he doesn't want his business talked about on the telly. Oh, are you from the UK? The telly. That's so cute. I think it is a perm. What else could be doing? Blow drying it straight? Why doesn't he brush this hair? There's a lot I have questions about, and I would like to know. I saw somebody was like, where's his brother Chad? I want to know where the brother Chad is too. How are they socialized so differently? Well, me and my brother are socialized differently too. So I get it. It's a perm. Everyone thinks it's a perm. I think it's a perm too. Oh, thank you, Ramsterdam. I appreciate the super chat. Oh my God, you guys, we're at 50 minutes. Whew. Well, I mean, truth be told, I didn't actually start until like 7 minutes in. So there's that. What do you guys think of this episode? Mercedes was just in Mexico with Chris 2 weeks ago. What do you mean, 2 weeks from when? 2 weeks ago, like in real time, or 2 weeks ago in the episode? Oh, yeah, the game. So Brianna had a conversation. Brianna, okay, first of all, he's Dominican. His mother doesn't speak much English, but she's really trying. She's like, I understand the word snacks. I get that word. And so he's really nervous. His brother is there. Her sister and mother are there, and they're having a good old time. And I thought it was a really cute game. And she's nervous about meeting his family. And she's nervous about the amount of Spanish she speaks. So I was just like, okay, I get it. So I'm happy for them. I think that's going to work out. I think it's going to be well. The mother likes her. So Nicole Taylor says in February, that's when Mercedes was with Chris. But here's the deal, guys. Mercedes is allowed to be annoyed with Chris and feel the way she feels. Like, that doesn't necessarily negate her conversation with Paige from 4 or 5 months ago, you know? Maybe he wanted to take her on a trip. I don't know how pregnant she is now, but she's probably more pregnant, if she even is pregnant, right? Because I heard she's not pregnant. You guys are probably like, how many Starbucks drinks does she have? I ordered 2. This one was the grande matcha with the pump of chai, which is all the rave on TikTok. And it's good. I just don't, this is not refreshing to me. Yeah, it's not refreshing. I don't like iced milk drinks. Like, I don't even like an iced chai. I think I could get down with an iced chai sometimes, depending on it. Had me, but mainly I like warm milk drinks. This refresher is delicious. It's the mango dragon fruit. But what I really want is my water, which is in the other room. Ooh, what is this? Cherie says. Cherie says it was in the vlogs that Chris and his ex were in Mexico. A fan took a picture with Chris and peeped that there was no baby or belly. Listen, if Chris orchestrated this whole thing, he's a shady asshole. And the reason why is not because this isn't great TV. If this were like another TV show, I would be very grateful for him. But because this is a reality TV show where someone else's feelings are involved and marriage has happened, that's why I'm annoyed. That's why I'm annoyed. Oh my God. She reportedly had a miscarriage. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh no. Oh no. That's sad. I really do feel bad for her. I really feel bad. That sucks. That's quite unfortunate. What is this? We asked that question earlier in the chat. He and Chad feel so different. Not just different personalities either. It's the way they show up in the world, almost opposites. Yeah, like I'm saying, something happened to him. Me and my brother show up in the world different too. I think to a certain extent. But he's the one with the masters. So my brother. I was like, no. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get my master's. It's like, good luck. I'm good. Hopefully Paige learned to value herself from this show. I think so. I think we all learned to value ourselves from this show. I think we all learned that. Like, I wish we all learned that. Because okay, I have to. This is problematic. I don't Tia Tyler. Oh wait, Tyler. I'm not sure how to say your name. I do apologize. I'm trying to get it right. I find this to be problematic as somebody who was told that they were an Oreo, that they were trying to be white, were da 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 da. Like, I don't like that kind of rhetoric putting it on Black people. So in this scenario of what I'm talking about, I guess I would be the person that is trying to be white or thinks they're white, and my brother is the person that's really Black and whatever. And that's problematic because I've never in my life wanted to be white. Ever. And everybody put that on me from middle school to college. Oh, you think you're white, or oh, I'm Blacker than you. Never in my life. That's the God's honest on a stack of Bible have I ever wanted to be white. So you cannot say that Ryan wants to be white because you don't know anything about that man. So I have to, just have to call that out. And I'm not trying to, I think that it's a learning moment more than anything, because you don't know how somebody goes through, unless the Black person says that they hate Black people and they hate themselves and they hate their skin tone and they hate, their curly hair. And because the same argument, I can make the same argument for every Black woman with a weave. I could make the same argument for every Black woman who tries to lighten their skin. I can make an argument for every Black person. You know what I'm saying? You can make that argument the other way around. I've never worn a weave in my life. I think personally a weave on Black. See, don't let me even get into it, right? So I don't want anybody to say that he wants to be Black, that he doesn't want to be Black, because you don't know if that's his experience or not. All right. I was wondering why Chris and Mercedes were so dressed up. It was like they were waiting for their moment. I think they were dressed up because they were on TV. Wouldn't you be dressed up if you were on TV? Didn't you think that Paige was dressed a little down? I thought she was dressed down, but I wasn't mad at her, right? Because she's probably like, look, I just got off work. I'm not dressing up for this Negro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would be the same way too. Like, I would be the same way too. So I think that if I were going to be on national TV to look a certain way, or, walk into a situation that I wasn't super comfortable with, I would try to dress my best as well. So I could be like, at least I look good. At least I look good. Mercedes was dressed up trying to show that she was that chick. As she should. I think we all should be dressed up to show that we're that chick. You guys are mad at Mercedes. Why? Why are you mad at Mercedes? I don't understand. La Rosina, thank you so much. Bye. Ciao. All right, you guys, that is the end of this live. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. We're at 58 minutes. I don't know if you guys have liked this video, but I ask that you do like it. Can you thumbs it up? Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. I said thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Yeah. Oh, you know what I bought and I completely forgot? Anytime anyone gave me a super chat. Yay! Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the super chats. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode, and have a fantastic week. When am I going to go live again? I don't know, but Chris and I are going to try to get like a weekly show together using this same platform to go live both on Facebook and on YouTube. And so I want to thank you guys both for Facebook people and YouTube people. Let me see, anybody from Facebook? One person from Facebook. So that one person that's watching on Facebook, thank you so much for supporting me. For the 255 people watching me on YouTube, y'all are the best. You heard me. Y'all are dope. All right, you guys. Thank you, Ramsterdam. Thank you, Tiana. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you, Kirby and Chanel 5 and all of the homies that are normally on here that support me. Purple Kisses commentary. Thank you so much. There's a lot of people that I recognized in this, and I want to thank y'all for your support. I wonder if I got to check in on Mickey, see where she's at, because I ain't see her. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see her in this live. All right, you guys, have a fantastic week, and remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.